So today we'll be talking about Chat GPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. So since its debut in November, Chat GPT has become the internet's new favorite thing. The tool has rapidly amassed more than 1 million users who have used the web-based chatbot for everything from generating wedding speeches to hip-hop lyrics to crafting academic essays as well as writing some computer code. Not only have ChatGPT's human-like abilities taken the internet by storm, but it has also set a number of industries on edge. A New York school banned ChatGPT over fears that it could be used to cheat. Copywriters are already being replaced, and reporters claim Google is also alarmed, such that ChatGPT's capabilities are issued as a code red to ensure the survival of companies' research business. Similarly, cybercriminals have also started using OpenAI's, that is artificial intelligence chatbots, to quickly build hacking tools. Scammers have also started testing the ability to build other chatbots designed to impersonate young females to ensnare targets. So let's learn what is ChatGPT. Simply put, ChatGPT is a natural language processing tool driven by the AI technology that allows you to have human-like conversations with a chatbot. The language model can answer questions, assist you with tasks such as composing emails, essays, and code. It is based on a sibling model known as Instruct GPT, which is trained to follow an instruction in a prompt and provide a detailed response. To use it, you must simply create an account, log in, and begin typing your prompt in the chat box. When formulating questions to ask to ChatGPT, it's important to be clear and concise in order to get the most accurate and relevant response. However, it also poses a serious threat to cybersecurity. So, Stephen Osler, who's a co-founder and business development director at Enclose, warns that because ChatGPT can be used to write code, malicious actors have already started using it to build malware, sites on the dark web, and other tools for enacting cyber attacks. This means that someone with no prior knowledge of coding can theoretically use ChatGPT to produce dangerous malware. Given a prompt, the ChatGPT can answer simple and complex questions, provide suggestions, and even debug programming code. This essentially tells us that if a virus code or a malware code has been given by the chat box, then it can debug it and it can also improve it. When prompted with the question of how it works, ChatGPT explained that it uses a large data set of text so that it has knowledge about a wide range of topics and can respond to a variety of questions. On the surface, this might sound like an amazing invention that can be used to explain complex concepts in single terms, brainstorm creative ideas, or even automate certain actions. The OpenAI developer of ChatGPT gave assurances that it has put restrictions in place to restrict such use of the bot. Commenting on this situation, Osler said that there isn't much the average internet user can do to stop these actors from creating malicious software using ChatGPT. It just means that everyone should be extra vigilant of possible malware attacks. The risk is especially prevalent in phishing emails, a method often used by criminals to serve malware embedded within links or attachments. Usually, poor spelling and incoherent grammar are the most telling traits of a scam email. So, you all must be aware of what phishing emails are like. Osler continues by saying that everyone knows to be on the lookout for dodgy wordings in an email and then to never click on links or open attachments in such emails. This means a bad actor can ask ChatGPT. However, the ChatGPT brings with it a new threat, that is a perfectly written email or a human sounding emails which can be very, very convincing. This means a bad actor can ask ChatGPT to write a perfectly harmless looking email which looks like a person or a human has written it or sent it, which can contain a link that downloads a malicious file or convince the reader to supply compromising information like login information. Osler says that criminals have gotten very good at convincing the untrained eye that they are trustworthy. With the advent of ChatGPT, it will become even harder to spot the fakes from the real deal. He also gave some tips such as to check if the recipient email is correct and that the emails which are sent and received by correct recipients, since they cannot be faked, since the email ID or the address cannot be faked. Just weeks after ChatGPT debuted, Israeli cybersecurity company that is Checkpoint demonstrated how the web-based chatbox can be used in tandem with OpenAI code writing system Codex and could create a phishing email capable of carrying a malicious payload. Checkpoint Threat Intelligence Group Manager Sergey Shikevich told that he believes use cases like this illustrate that ChatGPT has the potential to significantly alter the cyber threat landscape, adding that it represents another step forward in the dangerous evolution of increasingly sophisticated and effective cyber capabilities. To demonstrate this, as you can see, hackers have started exploiting ChatGPT to lure young girls. So chatbots can be created and can be used to converse with young girls. So, Israeli cybersecurity company has demonstrated this in such a way. To demonstrate CPR uses ChatGPT and Codex to produce malicious email code and a full infection chain capable of targeting people's computers. So what they've done is using OpenAI's ChatGPT, CPR was able to create a phishing email with an attached Excel document containing a malicious code capable of downloading reverse shells. Reverse shells attacks basically aim to connect to a remote computer and redirect the input and output connections so that if a person wants to use something but it is being directed to at a different thing. So to do this, so different steps have been taken. So using ChatGPT, a person can first ask them to impersonate a hosting company, then to iterate it again and produce a phishing email which contains a malicious Excel attachment, and then the ChatGPT box we can ask to create a malicious VBA code in the Excel document. So using the VBA code in the Excel document, if the person uses the Excel or downloads it, so then the malicious file will also be downloaded in your system. Similarly, Checkpoint could also generate malicious code using the codex. So the code which was embedded in the Excel file can also be created by ChatGPT using codex. So for that they had to execute reverse shell script on Windows machine, check if the URL is vulnerable so that injection could be possible by logging in as admin, and then writing a Python script that runs full port scan on target machine. So malicious code was subsequently generated by Codex. For this, the company said that it is easy to generate malicious emails and code. So hackers will be able to iterate as malicious code with ChatGPT and Codex. To warn public of this, they demonstrated this, and as you can see, the demonstration was successful. So they had shown exactly what the person can do using ChatGPT. So hence the Checkpoint also recently alarmed over the chatbot's apparent ability to help cyber criminals write this code. The researchers say they witnessed at least 3 instances where hackers with no technical skills boasted how they could leverage ChatGPT's AI smarts for malicious purposes. So this all could be seen on the internet forums. So one hacker on a dark using ChatGPT, one hacker on a dark web forum showcased code written by ChatGPT that allegedly stole files of interest, compressed them, and then sent them across the web. Another user similarly posted a Python code that could encrypt file. So this code, he said further that the code was written by the OpenAI's app using ChatGPT. So such code could be benign in the starting, but could be easily modified to encrypt someone's machine completely without any user interaction. So many of the security experts believe that ChatGPT's ability to write such legitimate, human-sounding phishing emails and the top attack, which is a top attack vector for ransomware, will see the chatbot widely embraced by criminals.